All glory be unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostle, elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace, salutation to all the Akim doing and pushing his word in sincerity and truth worldwide, and a sincere shalom to the elect. Yeah, the internet he created has turned on him. Goes into a lesson that these brothers were speaking of, okay, on this short, which gave me the inspiration to do this lesson here, okay? Now, there was something that the brothers had mentioned in that video too. Jay Rockefeller, the internet should have never been invented, right? You know, now with these AI and now with, you know, now they trying to retract statements. They're trying to erase history, as we know. These are Edomites we're dealing with, right? This is the wicked, right? And then when you go to the AI overview, it says there is no single famous quote from a specific historical figure stating the internet should have never been invented, okay? So, you know, they like to play games, okay? But we know that, yes, it was quoted from, all right? So this internet that he has created is turning on him, all right? So, because what the truth is broadcasting on the internet, okay, over the lines, over the you know, the unicorn. 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 22, for evil shall be put out and deceit shall be quenched. Verse 28, as for faith it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome, and the truth which have been so long without fruit shall be declared. And the truth is being declared right now, okay? This is why in Daniel it tells you that. Let me get that real quick too as well. We'll go to Daniel. You know, this is only for, oops, what am I doing? 12 and 10. It's only for a few, okay? Daniel chapter 12 and verse 10. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand, okay? Because they've been given that foresight from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay, the ability to understand these scriptures, these parables, these dark sayings, those are gifts that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has given us. And we're telling you right now, this man's end has come. Okay, so going back into this, the truth is flourishing right now. Okay, it's being declared right now. Okay, it's at an all-time high, as they say. All right, this is why we know that none of you wicked ass 2/3 can you know, say you got an excuse. You got no cloak for your sin. You heard. Even in Romans it tells you, have they not heard? Let's get that real quick. And how did they hear? Via the internet, man. Okay, I think I have it on here. No, I didn't put it on here. That's the spirit. Anyways, Romans chapter 10 and verse 17. So then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So faith cometh by hearing. So you have brothers that were, you know, that are in England, Africa, you know, all around the world. And the apostle elders, they never got on no plane and did all this, you know, stupid stupid shit what the IUIC is doing. They just put it up, you know, made the video, do the lessons, go on the highways and byways, and put it up on the internet. And the internet does the heavy lifting. So you have brothers in UK, Africa, Italy, wherever it may be, you know, Mexico, you know, Canada, right? We didn't have to, you know, get on planes to go see the apostle elders, you know, when they were in Harlem, or I think it was Harlem, right? And 134, I think it was, you know, around 2016, 15, that area there, 2017. But I can't remember the name of the area there, man. They were there for a good little while. But anyways, the point is, we didn't have to get on a fucking plane and go see them. The internet did the heavy lifting. So you see, many brothers have awoken, you know, from hearing, and their faith has built up from hearing this word, the 100% truth, okay? Verse And the scriptures also say whether he be preached in sincerity, in pretense, or in sincerity and truth, I rejoice because the name is getting out there, right? The name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So you got these other false camps out there that's, you know, whatever means they be, you know, hirelings, you know, agents, whatever it may be. You know, they're out there too doing their thing, right? But I rejoice because the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is getting out there. And how's that happening? Via the internet, okay? Because we're doing it in sincerity and truth. They're doing it in false and pretense and hirelings and so on and so forth, right? They'll get their judgment, right? It shall go well with the righteous, but with the wicked, it's not going to go well. To he that feareth Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, it's going to go well. Verse 18, but I say, have they not heard? Yes, verily the sound went into all the earth, and their words on to the ends of the world. So yes, they heard. So they got no excuse, okay? So let's jump into this lesson right here real quick. What I was mentioning, that, you know, the apostle elders, you know, they didn't have to jump on planes, and we didn't have to jump on planes, right? Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68, and Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. Yeah, you see them all up in these church houses, you know, these mosques and whatnot. But going into this, the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth to the other. So the apostle elders didn't have to go to these specific places in Italy, or, you know what I mean? They didn't have to go over there and set up shop, stay there for 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, a year, whatever it may be, right? Because the internet did the heavy lifting. All those other Israelites that are scattered in other lands, they could hear us via the internet, okay? And this, like I said, you know, this is a sword in Esau's side, okay? Tobit chapter 13 and verse 3, confess him before the Gentiles, ye children of Israel, for ye have scattered us among them. There declare his greatness, and exalt him before all the living. For he is our Lord, and he is our power, our Father, forever. And he will scourge us for our iniquities, and will have mercy again, and will gather us out of all nations, among whom he have scattered us. So, you know, this word has to go throughout the whole world, okay? Matthew chapter 24, all right? Then shall the end come. So we know that we're in the end, right? Because this word has compassed the whole world. Let's get that real quick. Job chapter 39. Oops. Is it 39? 39 and 9, Salakia. Will the unicorn be willing to serve thee, or abide in thy crib? Yes. We have the unicorn right now, okay? And you can sit back in your crib, you know, slang term. And that's how, you know, that's how Jake speaks anyways. I'm at my pad, I'm at my crib, you know what I mean? But yes, the unicorn is in our living rooms, you know, TVs, phones, you know, very accessible, okay? And that being said, so, as it's very accessible, all Israelites can hear this word around the world, okay? Because it's something that's accessible to everybody. You don't have to have a TV. You can have a phone, right? Shit, you can even have those watches, you know, that's on your arm and shit like that. Some cameras, you know. There's various ways to access the internet. John chapter 10 and verse 16. And other sheep I have, which are not of this fold. Them also I must bring, and they shall hear my voice, and there shall be one fold and one shepherd. Now this is going into the 10 tribes who came over here, you know, sheep of another fold that came over here into this land, okay? And that was when we go into what is it, 2nd Ezra chapter 13, it speaks about that, okay? They took the route of Solomon. They knew Solomon's route to the land of Ophir, which is aka Babylon over here. And when you go into that word, Ophir, which should show you that it's not ancient Babylon. It's talking about Babylon, Egypt, spiritually known as Egypt and Sodom, aka America. Okay, because when you go into that word Ophir, it says what? Reducing to ashes. Okay, now I got a next video coming up saying where's the burning heap? You know, there's Babylon is being inhabited. Where's the burning heap? It's thriving. where's the motherfucking burning heap? Right? So anyways, so yeah, we got the northern kingdom over here, and you got the rest of the Israelites scattered throughout the rest of the world. The major bulk is over here in America, North America, the north and the southern, right? And how are they hearing the word? They're hearing the word via the internet, because guess what? The apostle elders, they never went down deep into you know, South America or whatever, stood on the corners and was, you know, translating and speaking the word onto those people. How did that happen? Through the internet. You got brothers down there that are speaking the word, man. Okay? So, going back into this, yep. This is how we know that we in the end. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world. When you go into that word world, it goes into oikomena, meaning the whole world, for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. Why I say all nations? Because we're scattered amongst all of them. Okay? Just like it tells us back in Deuteronomy, Tobit, and various other scriptures, that we would be scattered amongst these people, okay, amongst these nations, okay, as a form of punishment. All right? In Baruch, it tells you what? In the land of your captivities, okay? That's different lands, all right? In the lands, you know, of your captivities, right? Or in the land of your captivity, shall you remember yourself, roughly phrasing. Yep. And this is how we know it too, because the Lord put it out there that, hey, he's going to give you those teachers, okay? And how you see them? Do you actually physically go walk up to them? No, you can look on the internet, okay? Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner any more, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers, and thine ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, this is the way, walk ye in it, when he turned to the right hand and when he turned to the left. Okay? So we're seeing and hearing our teachers via what? The internet. Okay? Yep. Let's go to Baruch chapter 5. Where did it spring up? Okay, starting with Ava Bivens over here. In America. Okay, with Ava Bivens, right? Onto the elders, onto our apostle elders, you know, and now here we are receiving this word, right? Because there was no internet back then, right? When Alva Bivens popped up, there was no internet, but there was TV, right? Baruch chapter 5 and verse 5. Arise, O Jerusalem, and stand on high, and look about toward the east, and behold, thy children gathered from the west unto the east by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the remembrance of God. Okay, it sprung up from the west. Okay, it sprung up from the west, and then it, you know, went worldwide, man. Okay, let me read that again. O Jerusalem, arise, O Jerusalem, and stand on high, and look about toward the east, and behold, thy children gathered from the west unto the east by the word of the Holy One. See, and behold, thy children gathered from the west unto the east by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in remembrance of Yahweh. So it sprung up in the west first, and then went to the east. Okay, simple and plain. All right. Now you have brothers in Italy. Now you got brothers, you know, in Africa. You know, various regions over there, hearing the word of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, rejoicing in the remembrance of their power. Okay? And how is that done? Through the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, yes, but via the internet. Okay? Yeah, let me get that real quick. I was talking about that. Baruch chapter 2 Verse 30, for I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves, and shall know that I am the Lord their God, for I will give them a heart, meaning a mind, and ears to hear, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, and think upon my name, and return from the stiff-neck, and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the way of their fathers, which sinned before the Lord. Okay? And how is that being done? Via through the internet, man. The prophets, starting with our apostle elders, the voice going out there, via the internet, and the other brothers in these different lands of their captivities are remembering themselves. Okay? And back to Tobit or Baruch, rejoicing in that remembrance of our power. Okay? So no matter how you try, you can't stop it. And this is what these elites are trying to do, because guess what? It is entered into their gates. Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 2, lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hands like cursing moth, that it may go into the gates of the noble. And it has entered into the gates of the noble. This is why we're being hated. This is why we're being persecuted. This is why we're being called all types of names under the sun, right? Amos chapter 5 and verse 10. And remember, if they hated us, they hated Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai first. Amos 5 and 10. They hate him that rebuketh in the gates, and they abhorred him that speaketh uprightly. So both ways, okay? Remember, Proverbs tell you that the way of the, let me get that real quick, the way of the righteous is perverse to the wicked, right? Proverbs chapter 29 and 27, an unjust man is an abomination to the just, and he that is upright in the way is abomination to the wicked. So, A and Z, right? They look at us like an abomination, but truly, they are the real abomination, okay? So, let's go back into this. Amos. So, regardless, they hate correction. They hate this word, okay? Yep. Amos chapter 8 and verse 11, behold, the days come, saith the Lord God, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of Yahweh, and shall not find it. Okay? Yeah, basically what they're going to be doing, they're going to be searching. Okay? They're not going to be getting on boats and planes and flying to this land or that land. It's metaphor. Okay? It's a parable. They're going to be wandering around, as a blind man, or better yet, as a blind man or a man in the dark, stumbling over different things, trying to find the way of the Lord. Okay? They're not going to find it. Because guess what? They're going to be looking for the prophets. They're not going to find them. They're going to try and remember what they're saying. Oh, yeah, remember that scripture? Oh, shit, man. I forgot. Oh, man. What's the name they were calling on? U-Haul? Oh, fuck, man. What was the name, man? Oh, man. Nate said you could plate yogurt. Nate said you could say plate yogurt, right? They're going to be doing all types of shit that day, man. And, hey, the Lord said we going to laugh. We going to see all this madness that they're, is going to befall them. And we going to laugh, man. Okay? We going to laugh. 16 or 15. Psalms chapter 9 and verse 16. I think it was 15. Oh, well, let's get 16. Yahweh is known by the judgment which he executed. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Selah. Okay? The work of his own hands. Because remember, Esau put this together, right? This internet thing. Well, let's just say he stole it. He put it together, incorporated it, put it out there in the world. Used it for his own little diabolical things at first, his own secret plans and whatnot. But then it became known to, the rest of society, right? I have to go into that little history. I did it before, but, Because I think it was only for military use at first. But anyways, regardless, he put it out there and it's working against him, okay? As much wickedness is on there, the righteousness that's coming forth from it is tearing this man's place down. Because the truth, like we read, is being, let's get it real quick. Yep, the truth is being declared, Salakia, okay? Is being declared out there, all right? At a high alarming rate, because you have brothers that are putting up videos every day, some other brothers every other day, right? What the Spirit is working with. They produce, constantly lives, shorts, scriptural reminder, daily scriptures, you know what I mean? This man has to cut it, okay? He's gonna send a famine of not bread and water, but of hearing the word, right? He's gonna cut this internet, man. So the internet he created, through the Spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, right, has turned on him. LOL. Okay? So with that, all praises, all honor, all glory be unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rukah Kodash. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation to all the Akim doing and pushing this word in sincerity and truth worldwide, and a sincere shalom to the elect. I hope you're edified. Lord willing, till the next time. Abad Baban. Shalom.